All right, you can see behind me, I'm just headed down this logging road here. I got dropped off back a little bit. There's a gate, so you couldn't get through it. And I'm gonna intersect the AT here in a couple more tenths, and I'll head north. And you can see I've got my pack. It's about 55 miles to Able Bridge, which is the next sort of semi-civilization. I think there's a campground there or something, but a paved road. And then from there, 10 miles to Katahdin Stream Campground and the base of Katahdin. So definitely the final stretch, pretty exciting. So today, it's chilly. It's definitely getting cold in the mornings. But today is one of those days when I think I'll just walk. It shouldn't be too difficult. That's what I've heard. Just sort of rolling hills. And I will walk and do as many miles as I can until just before dark. And hopefully do the same thing tomorrow. And that'll leave me, I hope, like half a day after that or less to Able Bridge. So let's hope for easy, smooth, non-muddy, not too rooty trail today. That's the thought as I approach, I'm coming up on the trail here, I think. So that's the thought for the day. You can see I'm back on the AT, just maybe for the first half mile or so. But I saw last night where there are 2 more awesome donations to the Evergreen ALS chapter. Got to call out Augie and Jeannie, thank you very much. So appreciated. And Marion and Duke as well. You guys are amazing. And I think with those 2 awesome donations, it put us maybe just $150 or something short of my goal of raising $5,000 for the Evergreen ALS chapter. So there's an opportunity for someone out there to put us over the top, over the $5,000 goal. So you could be the one, someone out there. So still plenty of time, probably, let's see, at least 3 days till I summit, maybe 4 depending on the weather and the trail. So thank you, Duke and Marion, Augie and Jeannie. You guys, like I said, you guys are awesome. A little bit windy. Sandy beach in Maine. Not exactly the type of beach I'm accustomed to or the type of surf. And a little colder and windier. Otherwise it would be a good place to hang out. Definitely no swimming today. Crawford Pond. Just about 5 o'clock. You can see the wind's calming down a little bit, though you can still hear it in the trees. A little sandy beach, sort of sandy. It is day 164, and I'm just packing up. I think it's called Pote Wadeo. Probably messing that up too. Pote Wadeo Spring Lean-To. There's a couple tents over there. There was, I think, a father and maybe 3 sons in the shelter. I'm just getting ready to pull my tent right there. Cold night. I don't know if I got below freezing, but it was really close. So, same thing today. Walk as far as my little feet will take me. I think I've got, I don't know, something like 35, 36, 37 miles to Able Bridge. So, do as many as I can. It's about 6:30. I'll be out of here by 7. And looks to be another nice day. Maybe rain tomorrow, but today is nice. Looks like blue sky up there. Get the show on the road. That was a novelty. Don't see too many bridges out here. And then there's some lumber over there, like they're gonna even improve it. It's funny, I wonder why they chose to have a bridge there. It wasn't much of a stream, really. But I'll take that versus rock hopping, not complaining. It's funny to see a bridge, though. Not sure what pond that is, but it's early. Still looking for that moose. Here we go. This is more like it. This is more like your traditional Maine bridge. Pop, pop, pop. There you can see the blaze on the tree on the other side. This is a new one. I think I've seen everything, but this is definitely a new one. A little teeny rock hop and then metal stairs with a railing. Still pretty much in the middle of the 100-mile wilderness, quote-unquote wilderness. It's pretty funny. A little AT on the beach. Again, I won't say it right. Namakanta, something like that lake. These lakes are just spectacular.
Are you in the basement? Oh, okay. Sorry.
Getting closer. And I'm still like 20 plus miles, probably just shy of 30 miles away. And it looks huge. Be great if the weather stayed just like this for another 2 or 3 days, but I don't think it's going to, unfortunately. But incredible views from here across the lake. coming for you. This is the Rainbow Stream lean-to. I'm not staying here, but I got to show you that. This is the main thing. It's called a baseball bat floor. Doesn't that look uncomfortable? Even with the pad. I knew they had some, I just hadn't seen one yet. Rainbow Stream lean-to. We're headed that way. Across the bridge. I don't think there's anything that I could film and show you at this point that you haven't seen 5 times already. So, I'll tell a story. I'm not a very good storyteller, that's a disclaimer up front. This story relates to a book that sparked this whole Appalachian Trail journey. And like any story, it starts with a long, long time ago. And actually, I made mention of this book. If anyone has watched, I don't know if anyone has all of my videos, way back to the intro, I made mention of this book. And at the very, very beginning, and this is the rest of the story, as Andy Rooney used to say, for those of you that remember Andy Rooney. So a long, long time ago, when I was in high school, I think I was a senior in high school, you had to do an after-school sport or activity. And I think it was the spring of my senior year, I did Outward Bound. It's not the famous Outward Bound course that you go and take for 2 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is. This was sort of an after-school thing led by one of the teachers who was very outdoors oriented. And you did lots of different activities, but sort of the final of all of it was a solo camping experience weekend. And the idea was that all you had was a tarp, a sleeping bag, and I think he gave us maybe some fruit and vegetables. You weren't supposed to take anything else. You weren't supposed to take a book. You're not supposed to take any extra food. You're not supposed to have a fire. And you were going to be alone for Friday, Saturday, and he would pick you up on Sunday. So on Friday, we got in the school van. I think there was 4 or 5 of us. And I think maybe his family had property in Vermont or something, but he took us up into Vermont somewhere. I have no idea where. I was actually the first one to get dropped off. And then I guess he dropped the other folks off at some point down the road, you know, so we were all separated. And that was the beginning of my solo weekend where I was supposed to, I guess, at the age of 16, get in touch with myself or something. Supposed to experience the outdoors without any external activities, I guess, or interruptions. And so I set up my tarp, and after about, this is Friday afternoon, after about, I don't know, an hour or so, out of the woods pops one of my buddies who had made his way back through the woods from where he got dropped off. So I was no longer solo. We then took off and found the other guys and all got together. Again, not very solo. And then, of course, we weren't going to subsist on vegetables and fruit for the weekend. We brought a jumbo package of hot dogs, which we proceeded to eat over the course of the weekend. And I also remember I wasn't supposed to bring a book or anything. I didn't bring a book, but I had this very long paper that I was supposed to write, and it was due on that Monday. And I think I spent most of the weekend writing that paper up in the mountains of Vermont. and we'd get together. We got together Friday night, then got together again Saturday night, ate hot dogs all weekend, and he picked us up on Sunday, and I guess we had violated just about every sort of principle of the whole idea of the weekend. But being 17, we still had a good time, and I have to give him credit, the teacher, because even though we didn't follow any of the principles that we were supposed to that weekend, it sort of inspired me to go to the library, and I took out a book on the Appalachian Trail, which I've mentioned before. And another little known fact is that I was never going to get the Good Citizenship Award in high school because I still have that book to this day. I never returned it to the library, and inside you can see where it was checked out in 1977. So when I've looked at it on my bookshelf over the years, I've had little pangs of guilt, but not enough that I ever returned it. And it always sat there as I was working all these years and before I retired, and I'd see it, and I always would think about, one day I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And you know what? I'm getting close where I think I'm going to complete that journey. So there you go. There's the rest of the story in the book that inspired the Appalachian Trail. I guess I'm a book crook. So when I finish, hopefully here in a couple days, and then when I'm back home in a couple of weeks, I'll send the book back here, 40 years later, back to the school where I went to high school, to the library, and I guess northbound. I'll send the book back, and I'll at least enclose a donation for the library or the school. Probably won't cover the fine, the accumulated interest on the fine for 40 years, but I'll send them a check to at least to try and make good on my misdeed all those years ago. But that was the spark that started this whole thing. So like I said, that's the rest of the story.